Dear Facebook family and FBC family, those who go to First Baptist Church Fulton, I just wanted to get with you and first let me express my gratitude and thankfulness to all of you for your prayer and partnership in our efforts in reaching the unreached people of India. I believe this trip that I just took is just one way that we at FBC can live out our mission of loving God, loving people, making disciples. God truly is doing a miraculous work in India through the pastors and leaders that we had the privilege of working with there. By the grace of God and your prayer and your support, we were able to celebrate our efforts and the fruit of our efforts there. I look forward to sharing more with you in the upcoming days and weeks as we're able to. The thing is being in an area for 2.5-3 weeks there of very little outside connection with the internet and those kind of things. When we returned back to civilization, the coronavirus issue had expanded a bit, to say the least. And with this ever-growing concern worldwide and here at home regarding this, I wanted to reach out to you and inform you of some things that we're doing at FBC to respond to this pandemic. Not scared, not fearful in any way, but we do want to be wise. First thing I'd want to do is remind us of what God says through the Apostle Paul. In 2 Timothy 1:7, Paul said, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind." So we want to exert that into our situation for sure. Secondly, we desire to exercise wisdom. And that's what we're trying to do here. And I just wanted to extend to you to let you know what we're doing and how we can be praying. And that is, we desire to exercise wisdom here as well. Proverbs 2:6, for the Lord gives wisdom. And that's what we're asking God to give us as we move forward. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. We want to understand. We want to have the knowledge we need to glorify him the most, even in this situation. Now, as you're already aware of, many churches, schools, sports venues are suspending events until further notice. Here at FBC, we care deeply. I want you to know that we care deeply about your spiritual growth, your spiritual edification, but most, in this case, your safety. So after much thought and prayer, we're going to take some steps in responding to this situation over the next few weeks as we learn more about what we can do, how we can be healthy, how we can be safe in what we do with the situation, especially here with our faith community at FBC. How do we need to proceed forward? A couple of things we're doing, or 2 or 3 things that we're doing. One is, due to my travels to India over the last few weeks, I'm going to quarantine myself over the next week. We've decided that's the best thing. I don't know if I've been exposed. I feel fine other than jet lag. But it takes 4 to 14 days for it to show itself. And going through the airports that I went through, there's possibility of exposure that has not shown itself yet. So for your safety, I'm not going to come in contact with you at least over this next week. And by the time we see each other again, that 14 days hopefully will have passed and I will be okay. And we'll move forward like that. Secondly, we will have only Sunday morning worship time for the next 2 weeks. That'd be today, the 15th, and the 22nd. And then we'll return back to our normal schedule on the 29th. That means all other church activities other than worship service on Sunday morning at 10 will be the only service we will conduct through the 22nd. And then on the 29th, we'll come back as God, through his grace, allows us to. We'll definitely keep our ear open and our eyes open to what's happening and how this progresses. But we want to do that. Thirdly, we're also encouraging people during the greeting time is to just not shake hands, not be as touchy-feely. I'm that kind of guy. So this is just kind of be thinking responsibly, maybe just a God bless you pound, hand fist, however you want to do that. That would be a blessing to be able to do that. And then lastly, just finally, let us be in constant prayer for our nation and our leaders as they have to make wise decisions for all the people here and how they proceed forward. I do want to leave us with 4 things that we can do. All of us can do is pray that God would aid scientists in coming up with a vaccine quickly. And for the witness of the church, and this is the most important that I want to remind us of, is that we will not allow this coronavirus to quarantine our faith and our witness to the world. All we need to do is act responsibly, wash our hands, cover our cough, those kind of things we should do anyway. But then a couple other things is respect other people's space, as I know you already will. And the biggest thing I want to leave us with is rest in God. God's in control. There's nothing to be afraid of as long as we're wise and we pray. We don't want to allow the enemy to give us the spirit of fear and act on fear. Act in wisdom, be responsible, and we'll be fine. And we want to rest in God's presence and in His care. So again, I'll leave us with Jeremiah 33:6, because God's promise is He will bring health to us and healing, and He's going to bring an answer to these things for us. So just want you to know that. Let's stay connected. I'll try to do more posts on here, maybe some teaching this week on Wednesday night. Instead of meeting here, I'll try to post some teaching, and we can continue on praying for one another. If you need me in any way, just contact me. Hope you have a blessed day, and let's serve God. Let's love God, love people. Let's continue to make disciples.